We had been together for several years and had almost never argued. To stop our relationship from deteriorating further, we decided to go on a trip to unwind. We chose to go to a place with beautiful scenery, hoping it would help us find peace again. We rented a villa by the sea and stayed there. The strange thing was, it was as if nothing bad had ever happened between us. We became as happy as before. She said that I had finally returned to my old self. Hearing her warm and touching words moved me deeply. We talked about it and reviewed everything that had happened before. It made me start to believe that there was really something wrong with that apartment. If that was truly the case, the landlord was despicable. I decided that after we returned, I would find him and demand an explanation if the house was indeed the cause. A week later, we returned to our city. Still feeling a little scared, we didn't go back to the apartment but carefully found a hotel to stay in and arranged to meet the landlord there. As soon as he arrived, he spoke in a perfunctory tone, saying that if there was a problem, a phone call would have been enough and there was no need for such an expensive meeting. Seeing the landlord's fat, greasy appearance, my blood immediately began to boil. He probably saw that I didn't look pleased. I loudly questioned him, asking if there was something wrong with the house he had rented to me. When he heard my question, his expression immediately changed. I could see he had a guilty conscience and didn't dare to look me in the eye. He wanted to make excuses, but I grabbed him by the collar. He thought I was going to hit him and was so scared that he had to tell the truth. Although I was furious, I had no intention of hitting him. I just wanted to avoid trouble and get him to tell the truth, as I didn't want to be deceived any longer. He hung his head and dejectedly recounted the story. 3 years ago, the apartment had also been rented to a married couple. However, the husband was an alcoholic. Every time he got drunk, he would beat his wife until she was black and blue. As a result, his wife couldn't take it anymore and left him for another man. He began to drink day and night. Many days later, neighbors smelled a foul odor and called the police. When they arrived, he had already been dead for several days from alcohol poisoning. Although the death had nothing to do with the landlord, his nice apartment had turned into a haunted house. He had rented it out several times, but the tenants always moved out. Therefore, he even invited a Taoist priest to perform a cleansing. He thought there would be no more problems, so he rented it to us. Who knew things would still happen? The landlord promised to refund all of our rent money. He also bowed repeatedly in apology, hoping we would forgive him, his attitude very sincere. Looking at him, it was clear it wasn't intentional, and he was in a tough spot himself. Besides, pursuing the matter wouldn't lead to anything, so we had to let it go. This incident happened several years ago. My child is in elementary school now, but every time I think back on it, it still sends a chill down my spine.